All right, here we go. Hello and welcome. Day 2 of Kong Summit 2022, and we're here doing the DevOps Speakeasy live for you. And I'm super excited. It took me like the whole entire day yesterday to convince Scott Morgan to join me, developer advocate at Kong. Welcome to DevOps Speakeasy.
Thank you for having me on. I'm glad to talk about Kong.
All right,
and just the fun we're having here.
Yep. So you are a developer advocate with Kong,
Yes,
and you participated yesterday in the developer keynote.
I almost kept up with Victor at least part of the time yesterday.
It was awesome. It was awesome, really. All right. So tell our audience a little bit about what actually happened yesterday.
Okay, so yesterday we had all kinds of laughs backstage, so I'm just going to throw that out there, and I hope that it came through on the stage, because we're really here to have fun and see all of the things that people are doing with Kong. Did you know that it's processing trillions of requests? I knew it was billions, but I didn't know it was trillions.
I heard it today, and I was like, what? That's a large number.
Anyway. So we're definitely having fun. I had one of my friends from CodeFresh fly in, and we did a talk yesterday on GitOps and how that fits into Mesh and gives you access to even non-Kubernetes type nodes that you might be attaching to your cloud. It was just a blast.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. So Kong and Kubernetes. I think there is that's a very hot topic for Kong in general.
It is. You know, actually, when I was doing field engineering, which is what I did before jumping into the DevRel space, I was all about Kong on Kubernetes, Kong on Kubernetes. If you're thinking about deploying it anywhere other than Kubernetes, I thought it was just ridiculous, right? It's an amazing pattern. But I have definitely come to realize that there's even a future out for Kong and for other types of deployment paradigms that makes a lot of sense. So hybrid cloud, whether it's on-prem and in Kubernetes or in Kubernetes in the cloud, but you also have other things running in Lambda or other serverless platforms, things like that, it all makes sense for the right use case.
And can I say that the real differentiator between Kong and other service meshes is that Kong is not only Kubernetes?
Exactly. Okay, so that's where I get really excited.
Here we go.
Because I can attach, I can build a control plane, a global control plane in Kong, in a Kubernetes cluster on the cloud. And then I can branch that out into other Kubernetes clusters, but I can also attach it to ECS and Fargate. I can attach it to VMs that I might be running in a local data center for a legacy application where I'm moving one piece at a time into the cloud. And then it even extending to the edge. If you have edge nodes that maybe are not going to require or demand a full kubelet, you can still attach those to your mesh and know that your policies are applied globally. So it's why I really love the topic of GitOps when it comes to the mesh and how Kuma and Kong mesh extends to everything.
This is, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and this is a really, really good differentiator. You are also a co-host of Kong Builders.
Yes, actually.
What is Kong Builders?
Okay, so Kong Builders is really informal. But it's where we just kind of get hands on keyboard. We invite guests who might have fun projects that they've been doing with plugins or with integrations. Or sometimes we just go through the docs ourselves live and try to achieve some outcome. But there's never really a promise that we're going to get all the way there. If we run into roadblocks or the demo gods hate us, we're going to dive into it, you know, and share that troubleshooting and just experience what it's like to actually build things with Kong without all of the gamification that you might see with perfected demos and things like that. So
it sounds like fun and useful exercise.
And yesterday we got to do our first live Kong Builders on stage. It was a blast.
So funny. Yeah. Okay, and so where people can catch you? How can they watch it or participate maybe?
Yeah, so every 2 weeks we stream live on Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter. There might be a few others. But you can subscribe to to follow the Kong channel on Twitter, Twitch, and all that, and get updates. See what's coming up next.
This is excellent. All right. Anything you know you're going to do in the Kong Builders following the announcements here at Kong Summit?
Actually, I'm going to be doing a webinar as a follow-up to my GitOps Beyond Kubernetes talk from yesterday. And we're going to get a lot further into the specifics of what the Git repo looks like for GitOps Beyond Kubernetes and how to actually deploy global control planes and then local control planes for these different regions that you might be attaching. We're going to get into a lot of the actual how can you reproduce it yourself in your own dev environment and get hands on it with it. And that'll be coming up next month. And then Kong Builders, I don't have the schedule for it because we usually just make it up, the week before and see what happens.
Yeah. So following tons of very interesting announcements here, you have more than enough material for the next episodes of Kong Builders.
We can keep going for a long time, absolutely. I think there are a couple of vendors that I talked to who are here at the conference who have really neat plugins, and they're like telling me about them and getting all passionate and excited. And I was like, do you want to come on Kong Builders? Because we're always looking for people to just show up, and we can just enjoy talking about nerd stuff and seeing what they do too.
This is very cool. So don't miss the webinar, the future episodes of Kong Builders. This is all very exciting stuff. Kit, thank you very much for being on DevOps Speakeasy.
Thank you for having me.
And enjoy the rest of the conference.